Stand by. Live in 10, 9, 8.
Damn.
There we are. Okay, Brother Charles, you have the comm, sir. Welcome here.
Thank you so much, Deacon Wilson. Deacon John Wilson is legendary for his commitment, his passion, his love of our students, like no one else. And yes, we've been doing this a long time, but I cannot name anybody that I've worked with who was so committed. And I could go into the night talking about Deacon Wilson, but he is just a role model for me. He motivates me as he has motivated all the young people that he's helped get into college, inspired all over this country. So, sir, we appreciate you. We give you your flowers, your Rolls Royce, right? Well, not so much Rolls Royce. I wish we could, but we give it all to you. We appreciate you. We thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Charles.
To the scholars, good evening. To the parents, guardians, to everyone, thank you for having an interest in Loyola Marymount University. It's that school on a hill between what used to be the Fox Hills Mall, I guess it's the Westfield Mall now, and Marina Del Rey. That's where we're located. This is not going to be an information dump. We're going to talk to you about Loyola Marymount University, and we're going to help you. That's our promise, to provide you with information, but not just inundating you with information. But whenever I do presentations, I have the young people that I work for, I'm accountable to with me, so that you can hear their story, because you're going to pay more attention to them than you will me. It's so imperative that you hear from them. So I'm going to give you just some information on LMU. In the chat, I put my name, my email, my cell number. And then we can talk about your particular situation, detail by detail. I will help you through the application process, from your transcripts, test scores, recommendation, essay, extracurricular activities, talk to you about strategic planning for college admission specifically to LMU. Does it make sense for you to major in computer science and you have all C's in math and science, but you have all A's in English? Strategic admissions planning. That's what we do to give you the best possible chance of being admitted to LMU. And I'm happy to meet with you. As soon, if you really got burning questions, you can call me tonight, tomorrow, over the weekend. But we want to talk to you about the LMU experience. We want to talk to you about what it takes to be admitted to LMU. That's our task. That's what we want to do tonight, provide you with information. Before I do anything else, I must have the students of Loyola Marymount University introduce themselves. We have freshmen, I think we have sophomores, juniors. I don't think we have any seniors tonight. So you're going to get a comprehensive perspective of what it's like being a student of color at LMU. So with that, I think we're going to start with who else could we start with? A product of this program. We had her on a Zoom presentation. Last year we did probably, Kendall, how many Zoom presentations did we do in 2020?
To toss a number up, I'd say it's somewhere close to 40-ish.
To students and parents. But there was one young lady who stood out in our Zoom presentations. So without any further ado, I'm going to have the first year students introduce themselves, tell you who they are, where they're from, major, colleges they got accepted to, and of course, why they chose LMU. Jaden, it's all yours.
Hi, I'm Jaden Shute, and I'm a freshman. I'm from Los Angeles. My major is business management and leadership. Other than LMU, I also got into Long Beach, Cal State San Diego. I got into Pepperdine, and I didn't really apply to many schools, so that was kind of like the brink of it. Yeah, that was kind of the brink of it. But the reason I chose LMU was that it was very well-rounded. It kind of supports everybody. It's not just a sports school. It's not just an art school. It's not just focused on STEM or just strictly academics. It kind of just supports everybody. And I think that the one reason that pulled me in was actually like the TLC program or all the things that they do to celebrate and bring together the Black community. And yeah, that's why I chose it. Next up is Danny. Go ahead, Danny.
Hi, I'm Danny Davey. I'm a freshman. I'm an electrical engineering major. And the other schools I got into were Cal Poly Pomona, UCSD, and USC. And then the reason I came to this school was because there's a lot of reasons. One that the school really caters towards Black culture. As of now, they really do. We just got a Black space as of I think about 2 weeks ago. There's the financial aid that they gave us was great. That's one major reason why I came here. And yeah, the community is just great. It's a tight-knit community, especially the Black community. It's a very tight-knit community, and I really like that. So that's why I applied here. And also another reason, Mr. Mason.
Oh.
Too much credit. Do we have any sophomores here? I don't think we do. Well, we have another freshman here, don't we? All right. Blame it on old age. All right. It must be now time for the sophomores to step up. Any sophomores here? See, it's really bad. Well, we're going to speed to the juniors, those who are juniors.
Hi, everyone. My name is. I'm studying communications here at LMU. I'm a transfer student from San Francisco State. I'm from Oakland, California, and I chose LMU because of the community and the outreach programs, and also Mr. Mason, his encouragement.
That's good. All right.
I'll go
Junior
next.
class. Yes.
I'm Vamani. I'm a graphic design major here at LMU. I'm from Inglewood, California. I'm a transfer student from West Los Angeles College. And I chose LMU because I wouldn't just be seen as a number. And I like the idea of having small classrooms. Getting to know my professors and faculty, building those strong relationships was important to me.
I'll go next. I'm Jamila. I'm a psychology major. I am also a junior transfer. I came from East Los Angeles College, and I'm from Los Angeles, California. The reason why I chose LMU was also like what my fellow partners also said, was because of the tight-knit community. And growing up, my parents and myself have always aspired to be a part of higher education. So that's also another reason why I chose LMU. And also, I was very drawn to like the Black community because like growing up, I wasn't really around Black people. Is mostly around like Latinos because like that's kind of the neighborhood that I grew up in. So I was also very gravitated towards that as well.
Hi, everybody. My name is Kendall. I am a junior entrepreneurship major. Go ahead and check that link out for me. You know, we on YouTube Live, but I get my views. Anyway, I'm from Las Vegas, Nevada, and there's a few reasons why. Or actually, I'll do the schools I got accepted to first. So I was accepted to UNLV, Pepperdine, Occidental, Howard, Redlands, Azusa, and a few others, Whittier, and a couple more. But kind of like what everybody else has said, the reason why I chose LMU, of course, the wonderful godfather, Mr. Mason, that's definitely a main factor. But then the Black community is one of the best communities I've seen anywhere. I was fortunate to be able to take a tour on the LMU before I was able to make my decision coming here. And as soon as I stepped on campus, I immediately met the Black community and I fell in love. like 5 minutes in, I knew this is where I was gonna go. I didn't want to go anywhere else. I was like, yeah, LMU is where I'm supposed to be. This is where I'm supposed to go. The business school.
Kendall,
Go ahead.
Kendall is one of our student leaders on the campus. He's been on the campus, he's been very active, and the students going to talk about their level of activity on the campus. But Kendall, can you kind of speak to the diversity of LMU and the relationship you have, especially with Latinx students on the campus? Because a lot of people are under the impression that LMU is white. Well, I think we represent, in terms of diversity, we represent about 25 to 26% Latinx. In fact, we are considered a Hispanic institution of higher education because of the percentage of Latinx students we have.
Yeah, that's right.
We have a record number this year of Black students, the class of 2020 and 2021. We can never get enough, honestly, in my opinion, of Latinx and Black students and everybody else. But we're one of the most diverse. People wouldn't believe this, campuses in this country, a private institution. But Kendall, speak to your relationship in terms of students of color on the campus.
Absolutely. Like everybody has said, like the Black community is, very tight knit. Like we're very close with each other. But as far as like being close with like the Latinx community, I think it grew more in the wake of George Floyd, Ahmaud Arbery, names like that. Because that summer, we really banded together and said, look, we all we got. At the end of the day, that's it. If no one's got us, we got us. At the end of the day, that's it. Plain and simple. My first year here, you could tell that like we would have each other's back, but like it wasn't like evident. It wasn't to where like people knew like, okay, they're close together. It's like, okay, depending on the circumstances they might. Now it's, you mess with any of us, we all step into, no matter what. We had an incident a few weeks on first few weeks on campus, and every person of color was asking, okay, what do we need to do? How do we solve this? How do we make sure this doesn't happen again? Who do we need to talk to? What do we got to do? Let us know. Now it's one giant family. It's not, the Black community. It's not the Latinx community. It's one family. We all got each other's back. We all watch out for each other. We might not talk to each other every day. We might not see each other every day, but we all got each other. And they're like, there's no way you could separate us if anything was going to happen, if anything is going on. We're there to help. They're there to help us. It's one giant group, one giant family.
Thank you, sir. All right, who's next? Yes, sir.
Yeah, can y'all hear me okay?
Loud and clear.
Yeah, all right. My name is Malik. I'm a junior film production major. Reasons that I decided to come to LMU. I'm from Northeast Los Angeles, so kind of near like Dodger Stadium. I wanted somewhere that was like far enough from home that I didn't feel like I didn't like feel like I was still like kind of being like guarded by my parents and stuff like that, but not too far away that I couldn't just like go home whenever I want. So that's cool. Also wanted to go to like a good film school. We got like a top 10 film school. I think we're like number 8 right now. And also wanted to be by the beach. To kind of play off of what Kendall was saying, I really love the diversity on this campus, especially being mixed. I'm Black and Mexican. Other places, it's more like, especially if you're mixed, you got to pick one and kind of roll with it. But here, like, I go to the BSU meetings. I go to the Latinx Student Union meetings, and it's all love. So yeah, that's what I like about going to LMU.
So I wanted you to hear from the students, and certainly there will be opportunity for you to ask questions. I want to kind of give you a perspective of, and they're going to give you a perspective of the academics also. So that way you'll have a good sense of what it's like being a student at LMU. I want to start with the academic programs at LMU. You'll see on the screen here, we have the College of Liberal Arts and all the majors listed in the College of Liberal Arts. We have the College of Business Administration, ranging from accounting to entrepreneurship, management and leadership. We have the College of Communication and Fine Arts, art history, to theater arts, and everything in between, dance, for those who have an interest in dance. The School of Film and Television, from animation to screenwriting. Seaver College of Science and Engineering, applied mathematics. Now, honestly, I haven't talked to too many students who've majored in applied mathematics in my 31 years at LMU, maybe 3 or 4. But we have applied mathematics, statistics and data science. And then we have pre-professional program. So if you plan to go into the health profession, dentistry, any form of health profession, we have an advisement program. So you could major in biology and get preparation and advisement to go into any aspect of the health profession. You'll see them listed here. Also, law. We have a pre-law advisement program, which simply means this. You're going to get advisement as a student at LMU because you'll be assigned an advisor. But in addition to that, if you plan to go into the professional programs, you're going to get additional advisement how to prepare for law school, medical school. So the list of majors are here. For those who are entering the university as a freshman, first-year student, the majority of our first-year students are undecided. You don't have to declare a major, and you don't have to worry about not being able to graduate in 4 years if you're undecided. That's part of the strategy that we employ in terms of admissions. We advise you, if you don't know, say undecided. You don't have to say civil engineering or something that you believe is going to impress people, others. We say to you, what's going to give you the best possible chance of being admitted to the university? So this is a list of our different majors. The admissions process, to give you some perspective. We just completed November 1st, early action deadline. The next cycle of deadlines will be, the major cycle of deadlines would be January 15th, regular decision. So we don't end our cycle of deadline for applications. We really don't end it at all until the day school starts. But the deadline, priority deadline, is January 15th. So once you've completed the UCs, the Cal State application and others, you can still apply to LMU, January 15th. If you are interested in LMU and applying, I'd be happy to meet with you. We have another gentleman who, his name is Ryan Mason. What a coincidence, right? We're not related, but his name is Ryan Mason. So with that, the both of us will work with you in the application process. And speaking for me, if you need to meet after church on a Sunday, we can meet, Zoom or in person. It does not matter. The goal is to help you in the process. So we'll have application sessions, we'll work with you and help you. About the university itself, we have about 6,600 students. The average class size, I'm gonna ask one of the students. Let's see here. Malik, what's your average class size?
Average class size, like any class or like for film?
Just class size.
Any class? I don't know. I would say probably maybe about like my film classes are like way smaller than my normal class. So if you average it out, like maybe like, I don't know, between like 15, 20.
Danny, your engineering classes, what's the average class size?
For my engineering class, since it's an intro class, it's about like I think it's 24. But then when you get to like calculus and all that stuff, it goes down about 16.
Anybody else want to chime in? What's your average class size?
For psych majors, the average class size would be around 12 to 20 people. My biggest class is 20 people for sure. So they're not that big.
Which is consistent with what we publish in terms of the average class size. I would say about 19. You get to know faculty, they get to know you. Every student is assigned a professor who will be your advisor. But in addition to that, we as faculty, staff, we mentor our students. We're there to help them and support them. So 6,600 students, average class size 19. Faculty student ratio 10 to 1. You won't get lost. You're not a student ID number. You're not a social security number. In terms of the process, the application process, what we require is transcripts. Unofficial transcripts you can send in, or official transcripts. Letters of recommendation, one letter of recommendation. I might add, Deacon Wilson writes phenomenal letters of recommendation. One is all we require. Teacher, counselor, advisor. One student once upon a time submitted 22 letters of recommendation. I said, is this your fan club or they love you that much? And they did. I read them all. One, transcripts, test scores, recommendation, one. Extracurricular activities. Jamila, at Bishop Carnegie, that's where you went to school, right? What extracurricular activities were you involved in?
I was involved in a Paw Squad, which is basically helping out with athletics. And I was also in campus ministry. And we also had this program called Kairos. Basically, we would go to, well, for my school, they would take us to like convalescent homes. And then there was also a school of special education a few blocks down from us. And then we would go visit them like every other Friday. And I was also part of this program that works with the recreation center called Expo. It's right by the USC football field. And I was a part of this program called Girls in Media, which is basically sort of paving the way for women to be a part in like media, like film. And then I also helped in this program called the Teen Council, was basically helping like teenagers, you know, like freshmen through senior year to get into like, you know, the professional world, like having like interviews and having like days at work. Like, so you would shadow a person and you would go to their job and like you'd work on certain stuff. So I was very involved at school.
Auntie, what were you involved in high school? Was it Westchester High School?
Money?
Yeah.
Sorry, Mr. Mason, I couldn't understand. I went to Hamilton. I transferred to a college prep school. A few extracurricular activities I was involved in. I was a nurse admin intern at Kaiser Permanente for a summer. It was pretty cool shadowing nurses, just getting the professional realm, just seeing what they did every day at work. I was also in a Black Caucus program over the summer, specifically for Black students, another professional development program I did in junior year. I did a couple of SAT courses. What else? I think that was pretty much it in high school, which kind of speaks to what I'm involved in here at LMU. I won't speak too much more. I'm a tutor now at LMU, which is pretty exciting. I'm a supervisor here. I'm on campus, and I'm doing student panels with Mr. Mason almost every week. So I'm pretty busy. which is exciting.
Jaden, you're pretty enthusiastic and you tend to be involved. What things were you involved in high school?
Okay, well, in high school, I was cheer captain for junior and senior year. I did cheerleading all 4 years, as well as track and field. I was ASB social chair, as well as within our focus program, which is to help all the ladies at our school kind of focus in on like a certain topics and stuff. And we get to go on field trips and stuff to kind of intern or job shadow for those certain things. So I was within the journalism and media program. So we went to radio stations, and I job shadowed for PR firms like the Murphy O'Brien PR firm, as well as I was an intern during high school for a freelance director / talent manager called Julia Ramadan. And then throughout school, I was also an ambassador, and I was also on the honors program. So as well as I would help do tutoring and all of these other things throughout school.
So all of you have been involved in many different things. Do you feel it was important in the admissions process for us to know that you were involved? But what about the students who are involved in one or two things? Maybe not 6 or 7. Whatever you're involved in at LMU, we want to know, because it's more than just GPA, SAT, ACT, academics. It's the whole person that we're interested in. 1 or 100. God bless you if you're involved in 100, but it's okay. We focus on you. Important is that we know who you are. We are really focused on the person and making sure that you can accept the challenge of academic excellence here at LMU. Your transcripts, test scores, recommendation, essay. Writing is such a big part of college. For the LMU students, in your classes, have you done more writing than you've ever done before in your life? If so, raise your hand. Communication, writing, speaking, critical thinking. People ask me, what is the top major at LMU? I said, there is no top major. There is being knowledgeable, being astute, being a master, being a scholar of critical thinking, analytical thinking, speaking, writing. That's the one thing that when one graduates from LMU, they are excellent at, because no matter what major, you need those skills. You need those skills. So no matter what major, you're going to need it, no matter what profession. Essay, take your time, write a good essay. The key essay for LMU. Why are you applying to LMU, and what do you plan to major in? And then the personal essay for the Common App. Take your time, write a good essay. Transcript, test score, recommendation, essay, extracurricular activities. If you've had adversity, hardship, extenuating circumstance, let us know. In my experience at LMU, I've seen so much adversity, hardship. The other side of it is I've seen young people overcome adversity to become attorneys, to own 5 or 6 Wingstops, to own Subway, you name it, running the gamut. It's okay to talk about any adversity, hardship. It's not woe is me. It shows that you are courageous. You have the fortitude, the focus, and discipline to overcome adversity. Don't be ashamed if you have adversity. We take that information, once again for the last time, transcript, test score, recommendation, essay, extracurricular activity, adversity, hardship. We make a decision on your application. Popular majors, selective majors, biology, film production, entrepreneurship, management, marketing. Those tend to be very selective majors. not impossible to be admitted. I am available if you are interested in applying to LMU, along with Brian Mason, to help you, to work with you in the process. I'm exhausted from talking. So now it's your turn to talk to the students of LMU. If you're shy like the LMU students are, they're not shy on campus, they're just shy on camera, trust me. Believe me, I know, I see it. You see Jaden's waving her hand like she could testify, and she just started at LMU. She all in the mix, never mind. With that, questions that you have, parents, students.
I like to start it off, Charles, by asking, I believe it's my brother, Vamani, because he's a cousin brother of mine, because as y'all know, I was an engineering major. I want him to talk about the amount of work he has to do in the week on an average each night. I would like for also Danny to comment on that, okay? On how much work per night, hours per night or per day, just an average. I know some days you might have to, and other days you do a lot. Give the students an idea how they have to work in college.
Okay, I think that's a really good question. I'm a graphic design major.
That's right.
Yeah, so the amount of hours a week I would say I'm working, I would say probably about 10 or 11 each week. I'm factoring in even when you like working on campus or like doing tutoring. I think it just takes a big piece of you to kind of prioritize your work and know how to like be responsible enough to juggle everything. I think that's pretty much what college is, just learning how to juggle all your responsibilities and just learning how to prioritize things. Knowing when to say no to hanging out with friends and kind of focusing on your work, staying focused, I think is a big part as well. I just think as you continue on throughout college, you get used to it. The workload, like Mr. Mason said, writing is a big part. I wasn't writing a lot before I got to LMU, but I've been here for one semester and I'm pretty much used to writing almost every other week, 5 to 6 pages. So you get used to it. Just like I said, prioritizing your work and just remaining focused. I think that's pretty much the advice I can give for any students looking forward to attending LMU or college just in general. I'll hand it off to Danny.
Yeah. Danny?
So for me, like literally weeks ago, because I've only been here for a couple of weeks, I was really stressed with like how much work I got at the time because I didn't find the perfect balance for like my time management at the time. So once I found my groove and I knew when to study and I try to balance it with my schedule, everything became a lot easier. So I have more free time now than I did before. So I work in terms of like schoolwork, like outside of class, I'm studying, I don't know, maybe like 10 to 15 hours a week because like I have to do my STEM classes, I have my labs, I have stuff like that. So I'm working like that, but I still have time to do my extracurricular activities. I still go hang out with my friends. I go to the gym sometimes. I still try to keep up with like stuff that activities that will not only keep me fresh, but also make my mind fresh as well.
Okay, thanks. Anybody else? Parents, students? Jaden?
Hi.
Come on, Jaden.
Hello. I wanted to ask how the classes are. Like, are the classes more discussion based or are they more lecture based? And I mean, I kind of understand it. I'd understand if it varies, but just in general, would you guys say it's discussion based or lecture based?
I can take this one. It depends on the class and depends on the major. Me being entrepreneurship, I have a lot more lecture based than anything.
Right.
If I were to have like just an entrepreneurship class, it might be more discussion based, especially when we're talking about like ideas for a business or how we're gonna like pitch something. Then it might be more discussion based. But anything else is going to be more lecture based because it's going to have like, you know, like your notes, your essays, your tests, your quizzes, things of that nature. So it heavily depends on the class that you're currently taking at the time and your major. I want to say Seaver might have more discussion-based classes. I'm not 100% on that. Danny, I'm wrong? Okay, my fault. It's more lecture-based. That's exactly why I'm not in Seaver. I will stick with my business major. I not touch another chem. See, I don't even know the word to say. That's why I'm gonna stay with my math.
Yeah, that's my engineering brother there. That's right.
Yep. See, I don't even know what he said. That's why I'm gonna stay with my accounting and my finance and my statistics, and I'll stay over here. I'll stay over here. I'll stay over here.
Thanks.
I could add on to that. Yeah, I kind of agree. Well, it depends on the class. Like for a lot of my GEs, like, you know, like you got to take like philosophy, sociology, those kind of classes have been mostly like lecture based for me. But for my film classes, we'll like bring like screenwriting classes. We bring in our script, we talk about it. Those are usually pretty small classes, like 6, 8 people. We just sit like round table and just kind of bounce ideas off of each other. More production kind of classes. We bring our movies in, watch them, talk about it. So yeah.
Also, to add on to that, as a freshman, a lot of the classes that you have to take are like introductory classes or orientation type classes, and a lot of those will also be very lecture based just because you're kind of new there and you're kind of still like learning the ropes and everything. So a lot of the professors will still ease you in and you will have some discussions. Like I want to say at least every class will have like sometimes where you will discuss like something instead of them just like talking at you, but for the most part, especially as a freshman, a lot of your classes will be lecture based.
Thank you. I also had a question.
Go ahead, Jaden.
Yeah, I had a question about on-campus jobs. I just wanted to ask you guys if any of you guys have, you know, on-campus jobs, and if so, if you could talk about that experience.
Good question. Go ahead, Malik.
Oh, no one else want to take this one? All right, I could take this one. So I'm currently in something called the Student Worker Program. I'm not exactly sure when the application opens up, but basically the program I'm part of, they cover your housing, your meal plan, and then on top of that, you get like a higher salary cap than like the rest of like the students, because normally when you come in, you'll get like either work study, or I think the other thing is called T-work. But for your work study award, it'll be like a few thousand. And then once you hit that amount, you gotta stop working. They won't pay, like they can't pay you any more money, so you gotta stop working. Student worker program, it's like way higher. It's like, I don't know, like 13,000 or something like that. So yeah, you start out in the recycling yard for your first year, and then they move you up to like more of like a desk job. So I worked in the recycling yard for the summer, like my first year in the program, like sorting the trash and stuff like that. And now I work in university marketing. So if you're interested in that, definitely check it out. They got like a website with like student employment services and all that. So yeah.
To add on to him talking about, sorry, to add on to him talking about work study and T-work, I have 2 jobs or multiple jobs, but one of them is work study and the other one is T-work. So you can definitely do both at the same time, because like you said, when you have work study, when you reach the certain amount that they give you, you do have to stop. So then I also have my T-work job, so then I can keep going. But the work study job is also to help with tuition or anything that goes towards your schooling. So yeah.
All right, Jay, you know I'm watching you on that. Anyway, that's all right. I'm sorry, Jay.
Also to mention, before I even got to campus, there were like so many job opportunities offered to me. Not just me specifically, but just LMU students. I don't know the specific number, but there's like a high amount of job opportunities on campus just offered to all students. You don't even have to have experience. I know there's like jobs in like the rec center or like the gym. There's like music opportunities where you can like help stash away equipment, music equipment. There's like jobs everywhere. So I think finding a job on campus won't be the problem at all. If that's one thing you're worried about, for sure.
Thank you.
Other questions, parents, students?
Let's see who I got here. I know there must be some questions here. Sister Candy, you okay?
I was just getting to raise my hand.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna pull you out. You know that.
I was just putting it up there. I just think this is so, I did not know all of this, hearing from all these beautiful young students. And my kid, she's in 12th grade and she's doing real well. So I'm just so excited because now I think I want her to come to this school here. So I can't wait till she get from the game that she's at now. And we're going to talk about it. I told Deacon Wilson, I just texted him, you're going to have to help me get her in this school here. But I think this is awesome. I did not know that about this. I know UCLA, you know, they have some good stuff. I'm really thinking about trying to get over in UCLA if I can, because I found out some information. But then when I started looking at this here, this Zoom, I just think it's just awesome. I think I'm gonna talk to Ariana. And I'm definitely gonna do everything I can if it works in our favor for her to go to this school, because she wanted to go to. I think she probably mentioned it to you, Loyola was one of the schools too that she did pick.
Well, we really think that a smaller school would help to do a little online right in front of here, and we'll talk about that offline for sure.
And this is the one, Loyola. This is the one that Child Mason is on in LA, right? Over by.
This is LMU. This is over Westchester area.
Yeah, Westchester. That's what I'm trying to say.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, she might have went on the tour. She might have went on us to a tour of that school when she was a freshman. We toured.
She did.
When she was a freshman.
And I'm gonna see if we could go on to another tour too, if it's not too late.
Okay. Anybody else? Any questions out there? All right. Well, we really want to thank you. Oh, go ahead. Go right ahead, together.
Can the students talk about living on campus and what that experience is like for students, and you know, whether or not you are or you're not, freshman year, that kind of thing?
Go ahead. Somebody picked up. Say it again. Repeat your question.
Yeah, can maybe a student who lives on campus talk about the experience of living on campus and, you know, the benefits and how that is, you know, how you like it, that kind of thing.
All right. Okay.
Definitely as a freshman and coming out of COVID, I think moving on campus kind of helped me get more acclimated with the campus and the community here. It's definitely easier to like figure out more things and clubs going on campus, to meet more friends, have more study groups, more time in the library, more time in your dorm, or just meeting more people all over the place anyway. I think that it made the transition a lot better staying on campus than being off campus, because I also live only like 30-40 minutes away, but being on campus kind of helped me kind of grow independently from my parents, as well as learn to juggle my own responsibilities on my own. So I think it helped me with life skills, social skills, and then just time management with schooling as well.
Thank you.
Very quickly, the one thing we did not talk about is financial aid.
Okay.
We do require the FAFSA, free application for federal student aid. That is a form that we require. We don't require the CSS profile form.
Thank God.
Now, tuition fees, room and board. Hold on. Tuition fee, room and board range anywhere between $65,000 to about $68,000. I'll let that soak in. Deacon Wilson has wrote letters appealing, helping students get more money. Students, when they apply to the university, they're automatically considered for merit scholarships. LMU has grants, loans, work programs that you heard about. So there's a combination of financial aid. LMU is committed to diversity, inclusion, and equity. If they were not, I wouldn't work there. That simply means this: if you get admitted and you don't get enough money, Let me know, let Deacon Wilson know. So that way, don't just walk away. Don't. Now, I understand if you get a full scholarship, but if you want to come to LMU and you at the point you don't get enough money, let us know. So that way we can help you and work with you to get more money. On the screen, I put down some scholarships. Just look these up this afternoon. November 6th, Youth Award, Hispanic Heritage Foundation. The date that it closes, November 14th, which is next week. The description is here, and I'll send this to Deacon Wilson if he doesn't already have it. Jack Kent Cook, Young Artist Scholarships. Basically for those who play instruments, those who can sing. I know somebody out there can sing. Easy scholarships, share your creativity with your community. Sharing unique art. And like I said, I'll send this all to Deacon Wilson so you guys can have it. You cannot get enough scholarships. You cannot. The Lakers have a scholarship. The Galaxy have a scholarship. Target have a scholarship. Jaden, what's your favorite food?
My favorite type of food would probably be like Mexican food, tacos.
Okay, all right.
I knew it.
Taco Bell have a scholarship. You see what I'm saying? Look at this. Scholarship open to juniors and seniors in high school. Juniors and seniors in high school with a minimum GPA of 2.5. I'm going to send this to Deacon Wilson so you'll have it. These scholarship deadlines are this month. And yes, LMU has merit scholarships that cover full tuition, room and board. It is the late hour. We appreciate you. In the chat, I put down, I'm going to give something away. LMU scholarship. No, I was going to say LMU scholarship, but I don't have the authority to do that. But I do have the authority to give away an LMU sweatshirt.
Oh, yeah. They're very popular around here.
So with that, you heard from the LMU students, and I know you see their name on the screen. You remember their majors, you remember all of that. I know this is a scholarly group. I know you got it.
Of course.
I know you do. But I'm not gonna ask you an LMU question. For the first student who can put this information in the chat, tell me just one college Deacon Wilson went to. I don't have a winner yet. I still don't have a winner for LMU sweatshirt. I don't have a winner yet. I don't have a winner. Jaden? Wait a minute.
Jaden Knight.
Where? I thought I was the host and the moderator. Jaden is the winner. George Washington College. Is that correct, sir?
That's correct. I went to GW.
I knew that. That's why I said she was right. Okay. Jaden, you have my email address?
Gene, that's my guy. Hey, Jaden, say something.
Yep, I have your email address.
You got to email me. Tell me what size. Don't ask me what colors because I don't even pay attention to all the colors. Just let me know. Email me what size. I will drop it off to Deacon Wilson or I can send it to you directly.
Thank you very much.
You let me know.
Hey,
Now,
Charles,
normally,
Charles,
students want me to ask one more question. Should I ask another question?
Yes.
Oh, I think we're running out of time, Deacon Wilson. One more question.
All right.
LMU question.
Okay.
What is the population, undergraduate student population at LMU? Kendall, did I say this tonight?
You didn't. It'll be fun to see who gets closest.
I mean,
Now,
the answer is in the chat, though.
Oh.
But wait a minute. Jaden answered the question.
Yes, Jaden did.
What should we do?
We can't let him win again.
We have a dilemma. What should we do?
You can't let him win again.
Deacon Wilson's in charge.
Give him two. Give him two. He
Oh,
wanted
gee,
it.
I knew you would say that based on something we know about last year.
It's up
I
to
won't
Deacon Wilson.
tell, but there's a reason I know that.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yes, you do. I'll remind you by email.
All right. Well, Deacon Wilson's in charge. I guess we have one more question because it's not my bedtime. I don't go to sleep until 1 in the morning. What am I talking about? Okay, here's the last question for the night. Here we go. Here we go. So we talked about a lot of things tonight. For LMU, we talked about a lot of things tonight, but I talked specifically about what is required in the application process. I said, we require the SAT, we require the ACT, we require all these things. Did I say? Malik, did I say all these things? Kendall, did I say all these things? I'm just checking. Just checking. I need you to tell me for LMU sweatshirt and $25 cash in what we require.
Natalie got something to check.
We do big things at LMU. I don't know what they do at SC. I'm no disrespect. I don't know what they do at UCLA. I don't know. I just know what we do at LMU. Big. All right. You got to put it in the chat. You only get one shot. Rachel?
The one that gets the most, I guess.
Nope. You got to put, I said it all. I said it 3 times.
Oh, yeah. I remember now.
Where you at? We're in overtime now. I see answers, but I don't see all of the answers. I said this and that and that and this and this, $25. Kendall, should we take it up a little bit? They can't get the answer. LMU sweatshirt, $35.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
That's a whole meal plan.
Take a look at Natalie there, Charles. Look at Natalie.
Natalie's got it. What did I say, 25 or 35?
You said
I heard 35.
Oh, Natalie said she heard 35. It's funny how the hearing gets really good with it, you know.
Natalie, you get $35. You have cash out?
No, I do not. I will email you though.
Okay. I was just gonna show you. You can get it right now too. But you got it. Ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.
Email, cell number. We will waive your application fee. I put the code in there. Thank you very much, Deacon Wilson. We appreciate you. We thank you.
Yes, sir.
Parents, students, thank you. Students, I'm here to help you. We are here to help you. Even if you don't want to come to LMU, you can talk to the students on the screen. Even if you don't want to come to LMU, I will help you.
Yeah, he will too, y'all.
Because people help me. I'm tired. I'm tired of preaching. Thank you guys very much. Have a good night. We appreciate you.
Good job, students. Good job. I'm so proud of you. Great
Thank
job,
you.
Charles. Charles, good job as always. You're a real pro, man.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Everybody be safe.
Thank y'all.